You see, our brain is wired such that the bad days are the ones we remember very well. We remember them vividly. Our brain is always seeking for that adrenaline, that dopamine. It's always looking for, is it until I come here and start crying and shedding tears, please, please subscribe, that you will subscribe? Definitely. Sometimes it just feels like I'm carrying a very heavy load that is not going away. And these days, the bad days seem to be very long and a lot. I knew this thing was going to be hard and difficult, but I didn't know that it was going to be this difficult. Now, I've been hearing people's stories saying they hit their first 1,000 subscribers after a year of YouTubing. They hit this after this. I was hearing all those things before I started this process, to be sincere with you. So in my mind, I already had a picture of where I wanted myself to be at a specific time. In my mind, I was already telling myself that, okay, after a year, you should have reached this, or after 6 months, you should have reached this. But believe me, all those goals I set for myself, all those targets that I set for myself, are just even looking farther and farther away from me. It can't be like, say, I don't even do anything at all. See, and some days I will just sit down and be contemplating whether I should even stop doing this thing, whether I should continue doing this thing. Then again, I still talk to myself, but you've come too far to give up now. Like, I can't even imagine myself giving up on this thing I'm doing right now. I cannot imagine myself. Like, I don't see a future where I've stopped creating videos. I've been doing this thing for the past 9 months now, or 10 months, probably going to a year now. January next year is going to be 1 year since I started content. But before I go back to what I was saying, if this is the first time you're coming across this YouTube channel, please and please, I'm trying to hit 300 subscribers before the end of this year. Help me hit that target. Share this video, subscribe to this channel, like, comment, engage my post. Because see, when you just engage, even if not only you they like, comment, even if it's just an emoji you drop, it helps the algorithm move my content much more better. And I know there are just a handful of people watching my videos now, and I can really explain why my views dropped drastically. Previously when I post a video, I usually share the link to all my contacts on WhatsApp. But I took the decision to stop sharing it. If I want to grow, there's a level I will need to get to, even mentally, that I will just post it out there and allow the algorithm to do its work. If content's good, they will move on. And I know deep down I'm trying my best. I don't even know. If I told you that I planned anything to say before starting this video, then I'm lying to you. Like, I just put my phone on the stand, pressed record on my mic and started talking. It's something I decided I will just start doing, and I know that I'm going to get better at it. Go and check my first videos, the videos I started with, and compare them with these videos now. The change might not be too obvious, but you will agree with me that there is a bit of improvement. Even the way I talk too. Before I talked before, there were a lot of filler words that I used, but now I think I'm at that stage where the filler words have been reduced drastically to an extent, and it's highly due to this content thing I'm doing. But even though there are improvements, these improvements seem to be invisible. Like, if I'm looking at everything, most of the time, I do not see the improvement. And that's one of the reasons why we feel bad most of the time. You see, our brain is wired such that the bad days are the ones we remember very well. We remember them vividly. You see, those bad memories, those are the ones that the brain keeps and always brings to our remembrance. But those good ones always flee away. The moment it happens, we'll just appreciate them a little bit, but they will always flee away. That thing is called the negative bias. Even research has proven it that humans feel negative experiences much more than the positive ones. Research has shown it. So anytime you see yourself in a bad mood, anytime you feel things are not really working around you, anytime you are feeling down, like the weight and the load is too much on you, just step out of yourself for a second and look at everything holistically. Look at the broader picture, look at the wider picture, and remind yourself that this feeling I'm feeling right now is totally normal. Believe it or not, see those people you are looking up to, they also feel this same thing you are feeling right now. Sometimes I even need to remind myself that even when I attain a level of success I'm looking for, there will still be moments of emptiness. There will still be moments where I feel down and I feel like nothing is working. There will still be those moments. So when you look at things in this view, in this picture, and you recognize that it is totally normal, and you bring yourself back into reality. One thing I'm really trying to learn these days is to learn how to sit still and wait. Because to be true, to be very realistic, most part of our lives are filled with emptiness. We have been built and wired in such a way that we are always seeking for action. Our brain is always seeking for that adrenaline, that dopamine. It's always looking for the next thing, the next action. You always want to be on the move. But we fail to realize that most part of this world, most part of life are filled with empty moments, emptiness. So it is high time we feel comfortable in these empty moments, in this emptiness. We find our happiness in these moments. Because believe me, once you are comfortable when nothing is happening, when everything seems to be going south, once it feels like you are stagnant and you are okay in that state, once you have hacked that thing, then you are good to go. Nothing else is going to bring you down again. Because anything that steals our joy from us is stealing our peace of mind, and is definitely stealing your progress, stealing your action. Because when you don't have peace of mind, your mind will be crowded. You won't be able to do anything. So look for ways that you can decompress. Look for ways that you can empty your mind and come back to reality and refocus yourself. That's one of the things I'm trying really, really desperately to get. I'm trying really, really hard to master this thing. Living in emptiness. Being at peace while waiting. The secret to it is to walk. And while you are walking, wait, be patient. Sometimes if I'm talking like this, it feels like I know everything, but believe me, I don't even know anything. The same way I'm talking to you now is the same way I'm talking to myself. One of the reasons why I started content creation is to see myself grow. So as I'm talking to you, I'm also talking heavily to myself. Heavily. You cannot even imagine. Again, if you are going through something and you feel the weight is too much, just take a step out of that situation and relax. Look at the broader picture. Look at where you started from. Look at where you are now. You might not be where you want to get to. You feel never even reach there at all. But remind yourself that it is part of the process. See that emptiness you are feeling? Be happy in it. Be happy while waiting. Refocus. Clear your mind. Decompress and refocus and get back to work. Because that is the only way I'm seeing that your life can change and also my life can change. I hope I was able to help someone out there today. Please and please, if you watch to this point, which I know very few people will do, if you watch to this point, please comment I did in the comment section. And if you want me to continue doing this kind of content where I just come and talk from the heart, please also tell me in the comment section. If you have not yet subscribed, please like this video, subscribe and share. Help a brother in need. I dey in need. So is it until I start crying on here that you will know that I'm in need? Is it until I come here and start crying and shedding tears, please subscribe, that you will subscribe? Help me. If there are things you would like me to try out, tell me in the comment section. And a vlog is coming up next week. Next week, a vlog is coming up. So stay tuned. Bless you all for tuning in today. And I'll catch you guys next week on Feelingly. Peace out, guys. Bye for now.